Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. Um, I got, what do we got here? Oh, I got, this thing, we've talked about it a little bit, sort of, kind of, over the last, few weeks. But I really thought about this the other day, when I was listening to, one of the podcasts. It must have been an episode of the Drinking Bros, because they were talking about like, all of their icons from the 80s are dying and shit like that. And I know we did one specifically about music, talking about how like, there's no more, you know, Roger Waters or like Mick Jagger, even though Mick Jagger's still alive, right? Like there's no equivalent of those guys, like an Ozzy Osbourne, like those guys don't exist today, right? And I think we said Dave Grohl was probably the closest thing we got um in rock and roll. Um, I think Taylor Swift is probably the only one of this generation that's like that bigger than sort of superstar. Um, but I was thinking about this, right? Just sort of to myself again as I'm listening to this and kind of thinking like, am I just getting old or am I a little bit out of touch with everything? I mean, both things could be true. It doesn't need to be mutually exclusive, I suppose. But like, are those two things true, or do we really just lack mega stars? Right? Because like across all industries, really, right? Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think like, yeah, Shohei Ohtani, right? I know we were just joking about that, and maybe we can funnel some of the stuff Nico said into the conversation at some point. But like even Shohei Ohtani is not like a draw, right? Like we had Michael Jordan, right? I mean, this
Oh, you
generation,
so so you LeBron.
this like generation has LeBron. Yeah, 100%.
You have LeBron, you have Pat Mahomes. So like you always have athletes. Athletes don't go anywhere, in my opinion.
But I think, yeah, no, that's fair. That's actually that's a pretty good point. But
Because if you
y-
think like even if you just take each sport, like you have McDavid, you have Pat Mahomes, you have LeBron, you have Otani. Like those are all
right,
generational defining guys.
right.
So I don't think you need to really worry about sports.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
not
and
having
obviously we had, McGuire and Bonds, right?
yeah, however you
And
want. Again, base. I mean, we had more, so it's like if you want to call it Griffey, if you want to call it,
right, yeah. No, I think we definitely had more. Maybe that's it too. Maybe it's the volume, right? And I know we've talked about the quarterbacks before too, how in the early 2000s it was Brady, Manning, Breeze, Roethlisberger, Rivers, right? The other Manning. um, it Rogers, right? Kind of was at the tail end of those guys, but still like played with them. Favre, right? Like those guys were all sort of the same era. We just had way more. We had way more of them, right? Like we had Ovechkin and Crosby, right? Those were like the two hockey guys. And then, you know, Stamkos kind of snuck his way in there, but like now it's McDavid, right? But like who's the counterparts of McDavid? Doesn't really have one.
yeah, um, probably not. I'm gonna think top of my head. I mean, you have like the Panthers,
But
but
yeah,
they're a
yeah,
team.
they're just a wagon team.
I'm also trying to think who filled the void between. I mean, I guess there were a handful of guys that like filled the void in between like Lemieux. I mean, like Lemieux, like, but that's also
Yeah, I
kind of
mean there was
unfair because like
Datsuk, like Pavel Datsuk.
it wasn't Pavel, but like Pavel Datsyuk was fine, but like between Lemieux and Crosby, I don't know if there was like a like I'm like dude like trying to think like top of my head, someone who was like re I mean like seriously generational. I don't, there might have been a gap in hockey,
Yeah,
but you had some goalies like Dominic Hasek. He was
right,
like generational goalie.
right.
I don't know. I feel like dude, I feel like someone should be coming to mind and they're just not. But like,
I mean, he
Joe
wasn't a
Sakic, Peter
forward.
Forsberg, they kind of weren't quite that. Like
Yeah.
Scott Stevens, Chris Pronger, like they played D.
I was just gonna say wasn't a forward, but Chris Chelios.
Brett Hull, maybe Brett Hull.
Yeah,
But like that's the other thing too, though. Like those that Avalanche team, quite good. Like when the Stars won, quite good. Red Wings, quite good. But like they were good as a team.
yeah,
Um, and then you moved. Then comes Crosby, but also comes the Blackhawks. So
yeah. With
I think in
Patrick
hockey,
Kane.
you, yeah, I think in hockey because you did have Stamkos, but you also had the Lightning in general,
Right.
and they have Kucherov as well. So it's like
Yeah. Then they had
maybe,
Drysaitel for a while, didn't
yeah.
they?
So I think like there may have been a gap from Lemieux to Crosby. I'm talking like really truly like because Timu Solani, good player.
Right. Yeah. Played for a million years.
Like Kovalchuk, great goal scorer,
Right.
but they're not quite what I'm looking
Single-handedly
for.
kept the franchise in Atlanta for probably an extra 3 years.
Yeah. Danny Heatley,
Yeah.
like Fedorov before them, like again,
Yeah.
like Steve Yzerman, great
Yeah.
player.
Yzerman was fantastic.
I think I already said Sakic Forsberg. Like it just doesn't feel again. It's like there may have been a gap. Like again, nice players in between there, like Vinny Lecavalier, Martin St. Louis,
Yeah.
just not that Madonna.
Yeah.
Not quite what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because you also had like a lot of weird like American players too, like Tony Amonte, Doug Weight, like good players, but like what are we talking about? Pierre Turgeon, not American, but
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, you went from Gretzky and Lemieux to sort of nothing until we got Crosby and Ovechkin.
yeah. So if you kind of get away from sports though, because sports generally speaking, there's always going to be generational guys, but
Right.
like I just think it's also different where people consume their popularity or like who like it's like who's popular and then it's some people really like streamers, right?
Yeah.
So it's like some of those streamers have massive
Yeah, like
followings.
Mr. Beast is the biggest Mr. Beast gets more views than like everything else on Earth
Anything.
combined.
And that's the thing. I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and
I've never watched any of his stuff, but
never,
I
not
know who
once.
he is.
Not once.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's another, again, top of my head, can't remember. Joe goes to show you how important, but like some of these like streamers, like
Well, the
crazy
Paul
followings.
brothers, like Jake and Logan Paul, that's how they got started. They were
Yeah, I
streamers.
was gonna say, and like that's the thing. It's like those guys would kind of be stars, but it's like the olds, because we get lumped into the olds in this sense.
Right.
We look at that like it's the circus. Like, who
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a streamer. It's like, why should I give a fuck then?
Right. Yeah.
So I think like new media, which social, whatever, I think new media has kind of skewed what a star like really truly is. Because these Instagram famous people, they're just not that famous.
I wonder I wonder also if the insight into social media has changed everything because now and again, someone could make the argument both ways probably on this, but you now have unfettered access to these celebrities all the time, right? Whether it's Twitch or YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, like they're always present versus like in the 90s, right? And prior, um, it was the paparazzi, right? Like you had no idea what George Clooney was doing on a random Saturday in July, right? But like, and it was like an allure, right? It was like, oh, like mystery, right? Like, oh, Brad Pitt, like he was spotted on a yacht in the Spanish Riviera, right? Because some paparazzi took a photo of him. You know, like, ooh, obviously this is back then, right? They're like, oh, Brad Pitt spotted with Angelina Jolie. Like, what's going on there? Like that type of stuff. Versus like today, Jake Paul goes to the fucking grocery store and he puts it on Instagram live,
Yeah.
right?
Then
Like
when
that
then the
type of
list
stuff.
here, then the list here, which is the most list of most followed Instagram accounts, which should give us an idea of like where popularity is at, right?
Yeah,
Was
it's
that a fair
probably, yeah, I guarantee
benchmark?
you one of them is Kim Kardashian.
So you got Ronaldo and Messi up top. They're international. That
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense to me.
right.
Then it goes in order. Selena Gomez, Kylie Jenner, The Rock, Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, Khloe Kardashian. And then you get to a brand Nike.
Okay.
Um,
So maybe The Rock, but even like you can make the argument very easily that The Rock is from the 90s. Like his stardom began
yeah, and I
in
was
the
gonna say
late
too, like
90s.
even his movie career. I mean, that's like
Like the Scorpion
2000,
King came out in like 2002.
yeah, the 2000s. Like he's not a like he's not a contempt. I wouldn't say, yeah, it was, it wouldn't come up now. So like out of that list, I mean, I don't know, I guess Selena Gomez,
Yeah, Selena
Ariana Grande,
Gomez.
but like, are these
I'm
people
surprised
like,
Taylor Swift was Taylor Swift on that list?
she's 14.
Oh geez, wow. I'm surprised she's
So
that low.
after Khloe Kardashian, it goes Nike, Justin Bieber, Kendall Jenner, Taylor Swift, Nat Geo, Virat Kohli, which is a cricketer, J Lo, Neymar, Nicki Minaj, Kourtney Kardashian. That rounds out the top 20.
So the entire Kardashian Jenner family is in the top 20.
Yeah. Again, so then it's like as I'm looking ahead, like if we were going to talk about like who has like come up recently and like kind of again kind of done their thing like recently. Zendaya's 23, Cardi B is 26, Billie Eilish is 34. Like that's kind of what we're
That's the
looking at
ranking
cuz
on their Instagram, not how old they are.
no, it's their ranking on Instagram
Okay, all
followers.
right, all right.
So I know that doesn't say everything, but like I feel like it says enough.
Yeah,
And then like I know Taylor Swift is the musician kind of at the top, sort of, or one of. And then like for a female actress, it's like Gal Gadot at 37.
yeah,
But she's also Israeli, so you're getting two nations there.
right,
Because that obviously that shit matters.
right, right.
Um so yeah, I mean it's yeah, so I guess it's fair to say that like there are no superstars, and I mean personally, I feel completely unaffected that there aren't.
Yeah, no,
I don't
same,
think we need
right?
them.
It's just one of those things that I noticed. Like again, like those mega stars, they were prevalent. They were very prevalent, prior to call it modern internet, right? We'll call it pre 2010. Um, because again, I mean, I can rattle off the list, right? Like Ozzy Osbourne, even Hulk Hogan, right? I know both of them just died recently, but like there's no there's no Hulk Hogan of today. Like maybe you could make the argument it's The Rock. Um, but and again, I wasn't around in the 80s for Hulkamania, but I
So we
feel
have so
like
this list begins and probably doesn't end, but probably begins with Michael Jackson. Like
yeah,
I wasn't alive for, or I was alive, but I wasn't
I would say
aware
prior to
for
Michael
most of that.
Jackson, it could probably start with Elvis.
Yeah,
I think
but
Elvis
it's
was
like
the one that originally broke the mold.
What's the joke? What's always the joke? It's like people think like they're superstars, but Michael Jackson would literally make people faint just by appearing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, same thing with Elvis, right? I think Elvis also did that.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that based on timing that Elvis was even close to Michael Jackson. Because mathematically, dude, I'm just not buying that the 50s were the same as the
Well, yeah,
80s.
I mean, if you want to talk like absolute numbers wise, yeah, I mean, the population of the world was larger in the 80s than it was in the 50s. But like if you talk about like percentage and relativity, it was probably the same.
The only thing that I don't know, again, I don't know because
Dude,
again,
Elvis
I
broke
didn't.
people's brains. Like all he did was like swing his hips on TV and they fucking ripped him off TV and sent him to the army to like make him not do music. They shipped him off to a fucking war because his music was too popular.
And what does that imply? That a lot of people didn't like him. I think when Michael Jackson, before he was confirmed like diddling kids or whatever, I think everybody stopped whatever they were doing
I
for
don't
whatever
think
he was
it's
doing.
fair to say that people didn't like Elvis. Like
Some people didn't
he
because
well,
at the time he
it's a different
was
kind of dislike. It's
yes.
because they disliked him because he was too popular. They disliked him because too many people liked him.
Well, they also disliked him because he was moving his hips, and they disliked him because he was, free spirit, whatever. And it's like it flew in the face of like the conservative this and that. Like,
I mean, there was probably just as many people that hated Michael Jackson.
I just don't know. So, yes, people probably disliked him and his antics. I just don't know if it was as widespread because you and I know that people disliked Elvis in that way. And like the shit he was doing was controversial. And yeah,
Yeah, because
yes.
it's
And
part
at
of
the same
it's
time,
part of his narrative.
yes. I don't hear anything about Michael Jackson until personal life got in the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
truthfully,
again,
I
I can
don't.
only go and I can only go off what people say, and obviously people from the 50s can't. I mean, most of them are dead at this point.
Yeah,
Not like from the 50s, but like
no, but
people
I
who
mean,
were
yeah, I know
like
what you mean. People who
aware
were
in the
like in the
50s.
20 years old in the 50s.
Yeah. Um, like a lot of people like Michael Jackson's like, no, they're like, no, you don't get it. I was like, no shit. I
Yeah,
don't. He was
yeah,
before me.
right,
He
right.
was white when I was aware. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Michael Jackson was a lot more reserved. I think the reason why he probably skirted a little bit more is because he was very private. Um, there was a whole thing, was it the Emmys or the Oscars or something? Was like the first time in like, I don't know, like 92 or whatever, was like the first time he ever was in front of a camera and he took his sunglasses off. Like the crowd went fucking nuts because he took his sunglasses off. Right? Like, but Elvis, I feel like was a little bit more in your face. I mean, Elvis also ended up with a drug pro. Well, I guess so did Michael Jackson. But I was going to say Elvis ended up with a drug problem that ultimately killed him. Which, like I said, wouldn't you know, same there for MJ. But yeah, I mean, I look at them. I'm not going to try and make the argument that Elvis was bigger, but I don't think it's fair to say that MJ was massively bigger than Elvis. I think they're a lot closer than you might think.
I'm thinking time machine. I guess we'll never find out.
Yeah, true. Got to go find a historian. Um, but yeah, like I said, this that was a weird road that we went down, but we don't have any of those people today. Like I said, right, other than Taylor Swift.
No, I think the days of that shit's gone though, because there's so
Like
many avenues to get.
even if you think of like who are the biggest actors right now, right? It's like Robert Downey Jr. Well, yeah, he's like 55. right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, like in the 90s, we had George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ben Affleck. Um, I mean, I would even include Richard Gere. I think Richard Gere's heyday was in the 80s. Um, and same with shit, the British guy from Paddington too. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant was huge. Like, late 80s, early 90s. Like there were these massive, massive stars. And again, the massive stars we have today, again, are who, right? Robert Downey Jr., like I said, that's in his 50s, probably, if not 60s. I don't know. How old is Robert Downey Jr.?
No clue.
I feel like he's a lot older or he's younger than he looks just because he had such a bad drug problem for a while. Um, he's 60. He just turned 60 this year, RDJ. So like, is that your big celebrity? Like, I don't know. Like, who's your movie star? Like maybe a couple of years ago, you could have made the argument it was Mark Wahlberg, but even at that time, Mark Wahlberg was what, in his mid 40s?
Yeah, again, it's like he was a mid 2000s, late 2000s guy.
Yeah, like everyone makes the joke now, like Pedro Pascal is in everything. Dude, Pedro Pascal is like 60,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no like sub 35. Chris Pratt, but he's in his 40s. Right? Like I'm pretty sure Chris Pratt's at least 40.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are we talking? Are we talking Tom Holland? Like,
Yeah, Tom
is that the
Holland isn't a
is that the
megastar,
only
though.
contender?
Yeah, yeah, he's winner by default because he's the only one. Chris Pratt
No, but again, it's the
is
other thing too. I
46.
mean,
Chris Pratt's almost 50. Jesus.
it's just it's also just different now. Like you like the most popular people aren't just musicians and actors anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, are there any? I mean, I'm sure there are. I know I'm being a bit hyperbolic here, but are there any musicians that go on like massive world tours anymore? Like I'm talking like a legit world tour, not like has a couple stops in like fucking Germany and England because they listen to American music. Like outside of Taylor Swift, right? Like she can go play in fucking Thailand and crush. Um, but like again, back in the day, the Beatles, the Stones, even Metallica, right? Like all those guys, like they were on like Black Sabbath, like bona fide world tours.
And if it depends, do the country artists do they pull international? I doubt
I
it.
I don't I country is I mean it's getting bigger now, but like it's barely popular in the United States. I can't imagine people in like fucking Lithuania are into American country music.
Yeah, it's because I'm trying to think like what the kids younger than us
Yeah.
or like actual kids, like what are they doing? What are they dropping everything for? And it's like,
Like Kendrick Lamar, like does Kendrick Lamar play in fucking Switzerland? Like
doubt it.
probably not. But I bet you the Stones could sell out in Switzerland tomorrow, and they're both in their fucking 80s.
Yeah. But again, it's like, but even with music, music's not the same anymore.
Yeah,
It's like what's popular? I don't know. Because everyone's got their own thing that they listen to or that they like.
right.
It's not just like, hey, there's one way to listen to music. It's the radio, and you will fucking listen to what we play.
Yeah, that's a good point too, because popularity was controlled by DJs up until, again, I would say 2010, right? The advent of the iPhone and iTunes and the iPod, right? Like, yeah, obviously we had Walkmans and CD players and shit like that, but it was still the radio, right? It was where you got predominantly your music. And if they fed you a song every 22 minutes, right, you get that same song, that big hit song, then you were going to hear it three times an hour, right? All day long.
You need to explain to the kids how many times I've probably heard Air Force Ones in my life. Yeah, that song's been around for like 24 years. Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just random thoughts, right, that I have, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting that there's no like again, Taylor Swift is the only one I could come up with. Because even I'm trying to think of actors like
Are they? I mean, you've been
Glenn
telling
Powell.
you
Like I'm
no,
trying
I
to
don't
think
know
of
who that
like
is.
big actors under the age of 35, right?
Dude,
It's Tom
you've
Holland,
been trying to answer this for
Glenn
like
Powell,
15 minutes and you
Miles
can't. So
Teller.
that should tell you everything you need to know. I don't know who any of those people are.
And I know that's what I mean. I'm just naming names. I'm not saying that they're the ones. I'm
Yeah.
just
But
naming
like that's the
names.
thing. Like
And
you
none
haven't been
of
able to figure it out.
them
I
are
haven't been
that
able to figure
big.
it out. So they don't they don't exist. It's not the same anymore. Like
Yeah.
because even like when Tom Hanks was like prime Tom Hanks, what late 90s, I didn't know who the fuck he was because I was 7, 8, 9 years old, but I knew he existed.
Right. Right.
Like who the fuck is Miles Teller? I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. He also
Literally
might
no fucking clue.
he also might be 35 or older at this point.
I don't have the slightest clue who that is. And then like Channing Tatum was supposed to be like an up and coming. That was 15 years ago and never
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill was doing his thing. That kind of flamed out. Like
Yeah. But I mean, comedy guys were never really like
Adam Sandler was a fucking
superstars.
star at one point.
I mean, yeah, I mean Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Carrey, however the fuck you're supposed to say it, but um they were probably the only two comedy guys that ever got like mega star. Like Will Ferrell probably got close, but even still, like no one looked at Will Ferrell like they looked at Brad Pitt, right? But people did look at Jim Carrey that way in the late 90s. Like he had that run, what was it, from 95 to 97, where he had like Ace Ventura, The Mask, um, Dumb and Dumber, right? Like there was like a 4 year stretch where he put out like four or five movies that were all absolutely incredible.
The problem is people are consuming so much stuff
Yeah,
so that it's not it like it dilutes everything. So it's like movie stars aren't as important because there's TV stars
right.
or streaming star, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can't name it, I can't name it. I mean, I'm retarded, but that's
I mean,
fine.
Sydney
But
Sweeney,
like,
but like
it's not
she's
even
not
that. That's the
famous
thing, though.
because of
So
her
that's the thing, though.
acting prowess.
She's not even that much of a star. It's just anytime anyone brings her up, everyone's heads explode.
Yeah.
And now she's a Nazi or some shit.
Yeah.
Or no, she's not. Or is she or is American Eagle? I don't know which one's the Nazi.
Both probably.
They both are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Uh, I got anything else? I think that's it. I think we probably riffed. We've riffed like we riff. Do you want to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up.
All right.
Uh, it's golf. I purchased a new rangefinder. Mine still works, still fine. It's cracked. It's old as hell. It's fucking beat to shit. It's been a good dog yeller. So I did buy a Shotscope rangefinder late GPS combo. Haven't used it yet. We'll see how that goes. But it also comes with shot tracking tags,
Okay.
and it's almost like an Arcos competitor, but Shotscope probably not as good um of like technology and whatnot, but enough people use it that it's probably got like a high database. Um, but me, I cannot figure this fucking thing out. And it's like I'm gonna get annoyed, and I'm not gonna. I already know it. I'm not gonna use. And I didn't buy it for the tags. Like I knew I might not use them
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I wanted the laser and the GPS. That's what I wanted.
Right.
And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna get used to this. And like even now, it's like sinking and this and that. I'm like, this is fucking too much.
Yeah, it's like
Like
what is happening?
I'm gonna yeah, that's the thing is like I don't care enough. And then it's like I don't need to know how far my 8 iron goes. I know how far my 8 iron goes.
Yeah.
And then when I hit one out of the rough and it goes like 180, it's like fucks the average up. It's like don't do that. It flies 152. I know that. That's what it does. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, my dumbass self can't figure out the fucking app and the shot tracking and all this crap. Legit moron.
I mean, it's cool technology.
And dude, it probably only takes like 20 minutes of effort to figure it out too. And I'm just like, don't have the time.
Yeah, don't care.
Don't
Don't
have
care.
the
Just give me the
desire.
fucking laser. Just give me the
And then it's like
distance.
by the time I like have the time, I won't be able to like hit shots. So it's
Yeah.
like it'll be winter, and I'm like, all right, well, let me figure out Shotscope. And it's like, okay, cool, you can hit a shot in 4 months. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep, just what I was looking for.
Yeah. Is it so that's kind of interesting though with the like it's how does it work differently than Arcos? Obviously, I
So
know it's a rangefinder. Like Arcos is just a little tab on the
yeah,
clubs.
you put the tag in the back of the club the same way.
Okay.
Uh, but you have to tap the GPS with the back of the club, then you
Oh,
hit your shot. I don't know how. I think Arcos just like automatically figures it out. I don't know.
yeah, or there's an app and you just I think you have to punch in the app what club you just hit. Or maybe they do automatically figure
No,
it
I
out
think it
by
figures that
velocity.
part out.
Like
I
it
think it
tells which
figures.
one is moving.
I think so. Well, no, because I think you need when you set up the app. I do think each tag needs to be like assigned to a club
Right. Yeah.
with Arcos as well, and then I think it just can. I think it figures when a club has been swung.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Classic Gary tomorrow and be like, so I used this other app for a while. I could just pay for it again and start using it again, but I'm almost like for 4 straight years it's given me the same info and I've done nothing about it. So it's like, what info do you need,
Yeah.
Classic Gary? And how do you want me to collect it?
Yeah. All right.
So
Well,
we'll see. I don't know when the fuck I'm playing again, so we'll see when the laser gets used.
all right. So my final thought should be a good one for you considering you've been to Italy once.
I have been to Italy once. People
Yeah,
forget.
people do forget. Um, so this is pretty good. So, we've talked before, like many times, about how the food in the UK kind of sucks, right? Like there's a reason why like you're in European cuisine, no one is like, oh, have you had the bangers and mash, right? Or like, have you had the boiled cabbage, right? Like the island, right? The UK islands are not known for their cuisine, right? It's certainly not Italy, Spain, Portugal, France. Even Germany, right? To an extent has their own, special
Schnitzel and
cuisine.
sausages.
Yeah. So that being said, there was a UK based magazine called Good Food, which formerly operated under the BBC but has split off. They published a recipe for cacio e pepe. And in this recipe, it called for pasta, butter, Parmesan cheese, and pepper. Now, a casual listener out there is probably like, well, what's the big fucking problem? Well, as you know, as a one-time Italy goer,
And that's the only reason I know is because I was in Italy once. Otherwise, I
Yes.
would have no idea. So I'm actually surprised that you somehow know.
Well, it's because I read about it.
Of
Um,
course.
so the real cacio e pepe is three ingredients. It's pasta, pecorino romano cheese,
Specifically.
specifically, and pepper. Again, just to reiterate, pasta, pecorino romano, and pepper. This British magazine posted pasta, butter, parmesan, and pepper.
So I will say, for whatever reason, the Brits do fuck up these dishes. Like their carbonara has peas
Yeah,
and cream,
yeah.
but it's like, and again, if you want to call it a British carbonara, go ahead. That way I know not to fucking try it. But it's like the one of the beautiful things about not beautiful, like one of the appealing things about the Roman pastas is like the fact that they are all like five ingredients at most. Like in a
Yeah,
matriciana is pasta, tomato, guanciale, cheese. So it's four. So it's at most it's four.
yeah,
But like you need to know how to do it right in order to make it well. So it's like that's that's why they have an appeal and whatever. And then yeah, it's like people use cream, people use butter, they throw peas in the carbonara, like they use bacon.
yeah,
And that's the thing. It's like it's supposed to be guanciale. I think pancetta is a fine substitute. Bacon is not. That
yeah,
does not taste right,
yeah, yeah,
and the texture's off. So I don't know. The British, yeah, they've got their own interpretations on shit, and it's actually like so we're going to Ireland in September,
yeah,
and people are like, oh, and I think Michaela was like, well, just remember, like the food's not going to be good because it's like it's not Italy. I'm like, well, I do know that. I go, but I'm actually optimistic that if chosen correctly, Irish food can be fine
right.
because there can be lamb, there can be uh beef, there can be seafood, like fine. Whatever the fuck the British are doing, it's just like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah. So there's more. There's more to this story,
Oh,
actually.
oh, good.
So this caused a massive outrage in Italy.
Yeah, the Italians don't like when you fuck with their dishes.
Yeah.
Like, actually, a
So
lot of people have said that if you want to have a popular cooking channel, just fuck up Italian dishes and your comments will be loaded.
yeah, yeah. So there's massive outrage in Italy after this magazine publishes this article. So what happens is Claudia Pica, right, who is the president of the Rome and the Lazio branch of the Restaurant Trade Association. Now you're gonna have to help me here, but Fiepet Confessor Senti. Fiepet Confessor Senti.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the fuck. What do you want me to do with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You're
Do
the
you want
guy.
me to?
You're the guy that's been to Italy. You speak
Yeah. So
Italian.
here's the thing. Do you want me to pronounce it? Do you want me to what do you want me to do with it?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay, I don't know because your pronunciation is a fucking nightmare.
I pronounce it like an American. Odd. So anyway, this guy, Claudio Pica, president of the Rome and Lazio branch of this trade association that shall
What's a
further,
oh, I'm not gonna know what
further,
the trade association
yeah,
is.
it shall further unto be unnamed. We'll call it FC. He condemned the recipe, saying, quote, he issued an official quote.
Like he's the fucking Pope.
Yeah, like he's the fucking Pope. His official quote is, there are not four ingredients, but three: pasta, pepper, and pecorino.
That
Then, because this doesn't end here either, then this association, right, this FC association, wrote a formal letter to the British embassy in Rome and to Good Food's publisher and demanded that the recipe either be corrected or removed from the magazine.
Dude, it's like, you know, if if the government of whatever, Estonia, the government came here and like lit an American flag on fire, it'd be an international incident, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because not only is that disrespectful, it's also against our laws. And you came here and did it, and your
Well,
government, whatever.
you can burn an American flag in the United
Oh, it's
States.
not a that's not against the law. I thought it was
No,
against the law.
it's freedom of speech.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Um,
highly frowned
but it can't
upon.
touch the ground.
It disrespect. Yeah, yeah. You can light it on fire, but you can't let it touch the ground.
So what happens when you light it on fire and it hits the ground? Are you an asshole because it hit the ground, or are you an asshole because it was lit on fire?
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to. I'm not a flag lawyer. I only practice bird law,
Bird law, yeah.
not flag law.
All right. So whatever. Like there's probably laws that like they probably broke an Italian law. Like I'm not kidding. Like they definitely broke a Roman law. I just don't know if it's like nationwide. Like I've sent you the videos. There's food police. Like they have
Yeah.
laws, like actual written laws about their food. So it's like, yeah, British broke an Italian law.
Yeah. It's just hilarious that they did a classic thing that the British usually do, right? They fuck up an Italian recipe, and then some guy who's a big shot at whatever trade association this is in Rome catches wind of it, makes a formal statement, and then also writes a letter to the British embassy in Rome and demands that they either correct the magazine or remove it completely.
So good.
And then it's funny that there's like a side note down here. The Italian media had some fun with this. And one of them jokingly had a headline when they talked about the story. And it said, it was God Save the Cacio e Pepe. Kind of like a play on God Save the Queen, which is, the English thing. So there's a lot of layers in there if you take a second and think about it. I thought it was pretty good. Or I guess technically it's God Save the King now because it's King Charles, but it was Queen Elizabeth for like a million
Shit.
years. So, um, yeah,
Same shit.
I thought it was an amazing story, and I got a really good laugh out of
It's a very Italian story.
it. You got my recipe wrong.
Yeah. The legit international incident.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a letter to the embassy. So, yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, wherever you're at. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Get all the social medias, the bottom of the screen. Check out the show notes, support the sponsors and the show. And until next time, good night, everybody.